Hi everybody, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. This is my vlog about my trip to Boston. I decided to go a week before I went because someone from YouTube wrote to me and told me they had an extra VIP ticket to the Jacob Collier concert. Plane tickets weren't that expensive, so I went for it. I have to apologize because when I got to Boston, I realized that I had forgotten to bring the battery for my nice camera. So everything's shot with my iPhone. I did the best I could. Forgive me. A big thank you to Sarah who got me the ticket. I got here a little bit early, so I'm taking a walk in the park. It smells like weed. There was plenty of time to look at Jacob's gear and to say hello to the man himself.
Just in this little silver box. And I basically play notes on here, and the different faders do different stuff. So I can freeze with the pedals, and then I can pitch stuff. And then this one does glide, so it goes instead of.
The next morning I met up with these crazies from Berkeley. We walked and walked in the snow till we got there, and they showed me around a little bit. They called this part the maze. And then we had some time to play some music together. So fun. Let's slow it down to 200 even. Give ourselves a fighting chance. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. And then checking the metronome to see if we slowed down, which we did.
Yeah.
And now it's time to find out everything I can about Berkeley. See, who booked the room?
I did.
Jesse, how hard is it to book a room on a Saturday like this at Berkeley?
Pretty hard. You have to, there's an online form, and it opens at 8 p.m. 3 days beforehand. And there's an army of Berkeley kids across Boston like waiting there on their computers because they all need a room. So
do they hire bots?
No, I wish I did. It'd probably make it easier, but you can watch it, like it hits 8 o'clock and then they all just like boom, 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 like fill.
Wow.
And so most of the time you click one and then it's like, I want it, and they're like, sorry, someone took it, and then you click another one and it's like, sorry, and then you click a third one and it's like, okay, you got it.
Okay, that's about how this one was?
Yeah.
Is this a classroom?
Yes.
It's used for a classroom, but do all the rooms have like monitors and PA systems? Like,
this is also used for ensembles.
And these amps were just in here, right?
Yeah, these
You guys didn't bring any amps.
No, these are specifically like on band rooms, but every
congas?
classroom has a piano and
upright.
monitors.
Yeah.
An upright piano
The
and
classrooms have upright piano.
projectors and monitors.
How's the Wi-Fi for students?
It's good.
It's pretty good.
It's good. Hey, you guys needed a microphone right in the middle of while we were playing. How hard is it to go get a microphone if you need one?
It's easy.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
pretty
like
easy.
go down to the ensemble office. You trade your ID for like any equipment, and then now I go back, give the equipment back, and I get my ID back.
What's the craziest piece of equipment anybody has ever rented?
I've seen people like in the music production and engineering major go out and get like $30,000 microphones.
That's what I'm getting at. Tell me about some of the guests that come in and like help out in classrooms or like, you know, give you clinics, and who have you seen like this year?
I remember Ron Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was also
Maria
Kurt
Schneider.
Telling, Maria
Oh, yeah.
Schneider.
Maria Schneider, yeah.
What did Maria Schneider do?
The composition department brought her in actually, and they have like a comp department likes to do kind of like score review things, so you can submit your pieces, and then they'll like whoever the guest is will like comment on them and like review them for you.
Well,
Oh, Joe Dart was just here.
Mhm.
Actually. Oh, and Victor Wooten comes like every month. He's here constantly.
John Patitucci.
Yes, John
Victor Wooten does not work here, but he's here like every month.
He's here
Yeah.
a lot.
Physically bumped into him at least 3 or 4
Yeah, I've gotten
times.
private lessons with him.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, for the bass department brings in so many crazy guys all the time. Like, Mononian was here, Yannick Wisdala was here. Yeah, like, and they're super cool. They come, they give a master clinic, they give some like small sessions. They show up to some classes just unannounced and sit in and give their thoughts. And then sometimes they even try to have like limited slots of private instruction where you get to go in, or semi-private instruction where it's 2 of you guys and you get half an hour with them.
Can you tell me the ensembles that you're in right now?
I've taken small jazz band, took that several times. I took Middle Eastern, I took several gospel ensembles. I've taken a Latin jazz ensemble. I took one Afro-punk ensemble. I did an Ariana Grande tribute ensemble.
Who led that?
Well, right now it's being led by Tia Fuller.
Uh-huh.
There's saxophonist faculty here who was actually nominated for a Grammy this year.
That's amazing. What was the Middle Eastern one like?
That one was at the Study Abroad campus in Valencia, Spain. And so the teacher there, Sergio, he really knows his stuff. I had to play fretless because we did stuff in weird time signatures, as well as we did weird tonalities that you had to like get accustomed to. The singing was awesome, and he even brought in some of like his guests from around there that are actually in the industry with him to come play and perform with the ensemble.
And Jesse, how about what ensembles have been your favorites?
Esperanza Spalding.
Esperanza Spalding?
Which was led by Tia Fuller as well. But the Balkan Fusion was also super cool. So like a bunch of traditional Balkan music. Some of them were traditional like Balkan area folk songs like Macedonia, Romania. They were all there was like one of those in 4, and then the rest of them were in like 9/8 and 11 and 5.
What instrument did you? Didn't you say you got
acoustic and fretless? Yeah, acoustic and fretless guitar.
fretless guitar?
Yeah.
Tell me, didn't you hear a number of approximately how many like recitals and shows are given during a semester?
Someone told me that there were 4,000 events every semester, spread out, across the various buildings and departments.
So there have to be multiple events every night.
Yeah. There's if you want to see music every night, you can.
It's even during the day. I've had recitals start as early as like 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
And then you got to clear out because there's someone coming in to load in for their 3 o'clock show
Gosh.
at the same venue. And they have like, maybe 10 venues or so. And something's always going on in all of them.
I asked Justin what the entry-level core classes were for beginning students over Thai food just a little bit later. Justin told me that in your first 4 semesters, you're taking 4 ear training classes, 4 harmony classes, 2 arranging classes, and after that, there are a lot of electives to choose from. I guess in the first arranging class, you kind of arrange for like rhythm section, and in the second one, you start arranging for up to 5 horns, and everybody has to do it. Some of the crazy electives that exist at Berkeley are microtonal solfege, atonal solfege, There are transcribing classes, and not just transcribing, but all of the instrument chairs have specific transcribing classes for your instrument. So say you play saxophone, you can take a saxophone transcribing class or a bass transcribing class. You can also test out of all of the core level classes if you're smarty.
And then they have project bands, which are students that form into groups that just meet for 2 hours, and they'll assign you a 15-minute slot, and you come in with your chart, which is a project, and we'll sight read it for you. And at the end of it, you get the mixed MP3 or whatever, so you can submit to your class for feedback. So you get to look at the score as well as play the recording that
Wow.
Berkeley students would have
They
done.
make for
Yeah.
There's actually several arranging classes. Then there's chord scale voicings for arranging, which is for 6 horns, but you get deeper into the harmony. So you can arrange each chord more efficiently within the ensemble.
And they have horn players
In the
once
project
in a
band.
while there?
No, in the project band, it's every week.
Every week?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, you can have like big band arranging, which is a class that I'm taking right now.
Vocal
Orchestra?
arrangement,
No, big band.
orchestral.
No, we're talking about the
yeah.
other ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Writing for orchestra, writing for
Then
strings.
there's like advanced big band arrangement.
Yeah.
How is it?
Great.
Or small ensemble arrangement for like bands and stuff. So there's a bunch of arranging classes. Like for the jazz comp majors, it's really
Also for the major contemporary writing and production.
yeah, there's a lot.
They also make use of that. And the good thing about that is because it uses everyone, so even though the project bands would also have
I'm contemporary.
the CWP majors, you also need the music production and engineering majors in order to facilitate the actual recording of it. The music business majors normally help with the administration of it, the running of it, so it's really a collaborative effort between all the departments of the school to make that.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Does it feel like that?
It does, yeah.
But the
To
stuff
them.
that matters, yes.
Yeah.
About the goal of music education, yes.
Yes.
You can take whatever music classes you want, essentially. Like there's all kinds of classes and all kinds of topics.
Yeah.
The student life and kind of like administration student interaction is not always amazing. Like people have had issues with scholarships, and the office is not getting back to them financial aid.
Financial aid is troubling at any.
Well,
Well, you're right.
institution, I
Yeah.
Well,
think.
the office is like not entirely put together.
Yeah.
And then
They get
because-
swamped. I really think so. They need to put way more staff in there because
Do you guys not want to be on camera talking about that? It's okay? Okay.
He's graduating.
hard to describe. I think it comes from Berkeley initially being super small. You know, when it started in the 40s and 50s, it was just about, you know, like, I want to play in a big band, or I want to write for big band charts. You go to Berkeley and you learn how to do
which
that.
is really
and you do it,
specialized
and
in small
and that's
school.
like it.
Yeah.
But it just kept growing and growing, and has always been kept with contemporary music. And so it's kind of like a city that has bad city planning, where it's
Yeah.
like they didn't fully
They didn't
think
through.
about
think
it
of the
at the
big
beginning.
picture when they started.
Yeah, right.
And so now you're just like trying to make the best of what you already have
Yeah.
and what you could.
But how do you feel like taken care of emotionally? As like, do you feel like you can go to your professors? Do you have a counselor? Do you-
Yeah, I think they do a good job of that, right? There's lots of counseling services available. There's all sorts of health and wellness. You can get therapy. You can even get like massages sometimes if you're like.
Yeah.
I've had
Nap
friends
pods.
that
You gotta talk about nap pods.
they have nap pods.
Around exam
Yeah,
time.
like in exam time, they set up this whole lounge area with like snacks and massage area and yoga area,
Oh my
napping
gosh.
area.
Something that I find very interesting is, especially performance major, have a mandatory course that is something called like health and wellness.
Yeah, health and wellness for music.
Oh,
Exactly. Health
to
and
take care
wellness
of your
for-
body.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there are different electives for that. One of them, for example, is yoga,
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, yes. So it's mandatory. We have to choose one of those courses.
And meditation classes as well. They're free. You can
Everything's
just
free.
drop in.
Yeah, that's the nice part.
Everything is
And,
included in tuition.
Everything's included. Yeah, it's not free.
Yeah, and
That's a better way
also
to-
something
Yeah, yeah.
that's very, I think, beneficial for all the students is the training sessions that are provided. So, as a student, you can get a job at Berkeley providing training. So either training in harmony or ear training, or even like technology training.
Tutoring,
So for
yeah.
example, in my job, I'm a peer trainer, so I can train students
I
on
was gonna
like
try to do that
softwares.
eventually.
And but there are other students who teach help people who need harmony, more help with harmony, and that's also completely free, and you can register for like a whole hour. So it's like you can register multiple times.
Wow,
every
but the tutors are getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
In fact, and there's some more advanced tutoring too, because one of my favorite tutoring that I ever took was I'm a bass player, and so when I started to do more pop stuff, I needed to get into synth bass, and I was able to secure someone to just teach me the basis of synthesis and tone generation, and they just sat with me with a MOOC for
Oh
an
my
hour,
gosh.
and I go through.
There's like literally anything for anyone. Like whatever you want to do, you can do it at Berkeley, because there's like 12 majors that you can choose from.
Yeah.
And there's also like institutes apart from the majors, like the Kenny Werner Repertoire Master Institute, the Global Jazz Institute. I think there are other institutes as well. But
There's also the pro music major where you get to build your own major.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool as well.
Really?
Yeah. You can combine certain
Combine
elements.
elements of different majors, and you start out when you declare pro music, you map out your entire course selection.
That's called pro music
pro
major?
music. Yeah, I think we changed
Professional
the name.
music,
Professional.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just like individually
It's
tailored.
modular. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I was
you-
gonna
so
ask.
you're like, hey, I want to be a performance major,
Yeah.
but I want to still have a lot of music business stuff being done, or I wanted some technology stuff. And
Gosh.
so they'll basically like create your curriculum of what courses you need to take to fulfill those modules.
Do you guys have personal relationships with your private lesson teachers or like your
like
recital
my
prep?
my private instructor, like you end up developing a really good bond with that person, because it's like they would literally know you and your instrument so well, and it's like a relationship where you just build for growth.
My private instructor also leads one of my ensembles, so I see him so much.
Yeah.
But like, he's such a great guy, and so yeah, I'm definitely starting to develop
Good
good
relationships.
relationships with.
And you're on your second semester. Tell me the ensembles you've been in, your vocal ensembles.
So I've actually kind of dived pretty deep, I'd say. I've done, right now I'm doing vintage vocals, which is like I told you about, kind of like pre-1950s, all sorts of meltones,
How many of
pipe
you are there?
pipers. There's like 6 of us.
Uh-huh.
It's really nice. The harmony is just beautiful. And then I also do the vocal jazz choir, which is more contemporary, like Manhattan Transfer, New York Voices type stuff. I'm also in a chamber choir called the Crepusculum Choir. Maybe you've heard of it, yeah. That does like Eric Whitacre, Moses Hogan type, fun choral music, because I love choral music and I love singing. I'm also in a barbershop quartet that I have to go to rehearsal for in like 10 minutes. So, like, I'm just singing a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm in Point of Departure Vocal Jazz is an extracurricular.
Nice.
We had Evan Sanders of Accent come clinic us. I'm kind of singing too much this semester. I'm probably going to tone it down next
Yeah, you
semester, but
wanna-
I'm learning all about myself and my limits and stuff.
Might need to take that wellness class.
Exactly.
Sebastian told me about the professor's hours. All professors have office hours during the week, where any student can just show up and talk to them about whatever they want.
Sometimes you can go to the teacher, hey, I'm reading this book, it's talking about this, I would like to go a little further with this concept.
Yeah.
And it could be whatever, you can go to the harmony department. I have heard about negative harmony, can you go a little bit, can we go,
Yeah.
can we work on that? And that's something that is, that integration in the education is great.
One topic we covered at length, but I didn't get any video of, was how to succeed at Berkeley. These were go-getters that I talked to, students that are trying to put their all into everything that they do. I asked them if they see any problems with people being addicted to their devices or not having the social skills that, existed in the past, and they all nodded their heads. They said that they see a large percentage of students, maybe like 30% they were guessing. When the students described it to me, they painted a picture of a student who wakes up, maybe goes to class, comes back from class, plays 12 hours of PlayStation with their headphones on, screaming at the TV the whole time, neglecting the practice room hours that they signed up for, showing up late for their rehearsals, and only interacting with people when they have to. Most classes have the policy that if you don't come 3 times you're kicked out. Sarah told me that getting the most out of Berkeley requires a certain amount of maturity and motivation. The ability to look for directed improvement and use all the resources at their fingertips to their advantage. It's $45,000 a year to attend Berkeley. Sarah really knocked me out. She auditioned 4 times before she was offered enough scholarship money to make it affordable to her. So she auditioned the first time, they didn't offer her enough. So she auditioned a second time, they didn't offer her enough. 4 times. But she found some kind of loophole so that she didn't have to wait the whole year to audition again. She auditioned at summer programs, festivals. Berkeley gives quite a few scholarships, but most of the scholarships they give tend to be in the $1,000 to $10,000 range. There are 7 people every year who get the presidential scholarship, which means that everything gets paid for. As far as I can tell, these scholarships are merit-based, so it depends how good you are. There are some things called achievement scholarships and achievement grants. Achievement scholarships are for people who came without a scholarship to Berkeley but showed improvement while they were there, and their professors nominate them to get a scholarship after the fact. But those are pretty rare. Once you have your scholarship or don't have your scholarship and you start Berkeley, it's pretty hard to get more money after that. The achievement grants are for students who do have a scholarship, show big improvement, and their teachers recommend them for even more money. Again, not common. Students say that you're not going to find out all of this stuff on the Berkeley website, maybe because they don't want to give all their money away, but if you want to know this kind of stuff, you pretty much have to talk to people who go to Berkeley and they'll give you the inside scoop. One other thing I thought was so cool was that apparently last year the jazz composition department merged with the harmony department. I think it's so cool that there's a harmony department. And the new chair, who is George Russell III, has this thing every Saturday. It's called Chillin' with the Chair. Like normally chairs of departments just do bureaucratic type of things, but and I think it happens in one other department too, they actually take the time to have like a clinic or symposium or something every single week, and they invite crazy famous players to come in and discuss whatever topic. And I mean, it's harmony, so sometimes they're just discussing like this little facet of harmony, and it brings in Joe Lovano to demonstrate, and I guess those are really cool. The other one is the ear training department, and they have Friday with the ear. Chillin' with the Chair, Friday with the ear. I like that first one better.
Okay, I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves to you and sign off.
My name is Justin Peter King. I'm a bass performance major, and I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
And you're how old?
20.
My name's Jesse Tim. I'm from Mendocino, California. I mostly play guitar. I study classical and jazz composition, and I'm 21.
My name is Sarah Marie Bugeya. I'm from the tiny island of Malta. I am studying vocal jazz performance and jazz composition, and I'm 24.
Hi, I'm Sebastián Fuentes. I'm from Santiago, Chile. I'm majoring in performance and jazz composition. I play guitar, and I'm 29 years old.
Well, you guys made me wish that I came to Berkeley, first of all. They're kind of like walking posters for anybody that'll watch my video about Berkeley, because I mean, a lot of times I think you hear people talking badly about it, or maybe it's not worth the money, or maybe you get neglected.
I think it depends on your approach.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You could take a lot out of it if you really come and apply yourself.
Because you're all stoked about it. You're all like,
yeah,
I'm happy. I'm so happy that you're happy.
I had such a good time hanging out with my new Berkeley friends. Thanks to all of you for making my experience just a lot of fun. Last thing I'll show you is my trip to the Berkeley bookstore, and I'll let the Joshua Payne Orchestra play us out with their cover of Young Folks.